The 4th of July, the day when Americans celebrate their independence from the tyranny of Europeans. To all those Americans out there watching this, I hope you've enjoyed your barbecues, fireworks, and drunk escapades with whomever, wherever you happen to be. I, for one, dislike fireworks, and I've already had my fill of sausages and burgers, so I thought I'd retreat back to my cave and make a video about several little articles that have nothing to do with the 4th of July, and hopefully have a fun time avoiding my drunk neighbors. We'll get started with this first one. So, it would seem that the far left, generally known as Democrats these days, are having a bit of trouble keeping their not-so-crazy, level-headed, normie types in line. They seem to think that this party isn't for them, and they've started the hashtag #WalkAway. People are finally waking up from the ideological plantation and realizing that Democrats these days tend to pander to, or are, the extremists of the left. It's about time, because it would seem that one of these far lefties just seemed to have won a spot as a Democrat congressional candidate of New York. So, just who is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? She's a 28-year-old progressive democratic socialist whose policies reflect the youth and inexperience she embodies. I've looked at her policies, given them a once-over, and I find that her campaign promises are outlandish and naive at best. It's the typical talking points from the left. Medicare for all, abolish ICE, open the borders, support your local LGBT BBQ, free college, end prisons, women's rights, literally ending all military interests, federal jobs guarantee with $15 an hour minimum wage. Oh, and she wants to allow immigrants to flood the country to take advantage of these things. Sure, she'll advocate for it, but how will America pay this new, massive bill for all these people? I'll go into deeper detail in another video should the comments below suggest it, but I'm just going to say that this woman is the type of politician that will promise the earth and everything that goes with it, but will have absolutely no way of having it come to fruition. She'll try pushing free healthcare and free college, but it just won't happen. And when it doesn't, you bet she'll fall back on the old racism or misogyny excuse. Anyways, moving on. So apparently a big sporting event was going on this year. I'm not big into sports, so I've only picked up bits and pieces. But apparently there's a little thing called the World Cup. Yeah, in 2018, Russia had the honor of hosting the FIFA World Cup. Like I said, I'm not interested in soccer, but apparently there was some drama that unfolded on Twitter because of some eliminations due to too many yellow cards. I had no idea what a yellow card was, but I did a little research and found out that yellow cards are presented to players who have committed a misconduct or a serious offense. There were 7 offenses. Unsporting behavior, basically cursing at the ref, having too many fouls, not staying far enough away when there's a free kick or a corner kick, deliberate time wasting, entering the field without the ref's permission, and leaving the field without the ref's permission. So this Senegal team was eliminated because they had too many yellow cards compared to Japan, but it's racist because they're black. This is pretty typical, honestly. Anything that affects black people in any regard, to these people at least, is racist. Too many black people suffer from the common cold, it's racist. Weather too hot where black people live, it's racist weather. Get pulled over by the police for speeding, racist police. There are many other little tweets that gave me a general idea of what's going on. Senegal out of the World Cup because they have more yellow cards than Japan? That's ridiculous. FIFA is racist. The rule was in place before the tournament started. Whatever, I don't care. It's not fair. FIFA is one racist piece of shit organization. Shove that trophy up your ass, World Cup. More like rich white people cup. How will they ever recover? I don't use Twitter, so I don't really know the format of posts, but I think it's from the top and then up. So FIFA clearly set out rules, including fair play to separate teams in the unlikely event that they have the same points in group stages. You didn't cry about it before the World Cup, then Senegal gets knocked out. It's cruel, as if the rule was invented just for Senegal. African teams should make more responsibility for their losses at the World Cup. Win your games, manage teams better, defend better, score. Don't mess up in matches and then cry about FIFA being racist or how it's cruel to be knocked out. It's ridiculous and embarrassing. Yeah, this guy clearly has his head on straight. He's talking real truth there. If you don't think Japan and Poland had a wink-wink arrangement going on in order to make sure Senegal did not qualify, well, I've got a bridge. Poland is the most right-wing, racist nation in Europe. Japan is Japan. Weird as fuck, pretty xenophobic, very nationalist. Hashtag World Cup. So, two things. One, Poland and Japan both have the right to protect their borders. And two, Japan was very courteous to the Russians. They even left a thank you letter written in Russian, with their dressing room immaculately clean. So, I thought that would be the most crazy thing I had the pleasure of getting to see this week, but just hold on to your hat. Newsweek. Iran general says Israel behind climate change and is stealing clouds. An Iranian general has accused Israel of causing climate change in the revolutionary Shiite Muslim Republic by stealing the water out of clouds passing over the Mediterranean. Wow. Brigadier General Gholam Reza Jalali, head of the Iran Civil Defense Organization, revealed the charges during an agricultural conference in the capital city of Tehran. He claimed Iranian scientific centers have proven that Israel and an unnamed neighboring country were secretly cooperating to extract the moisture out of clouds bound to pass over Iran, thus robbing the country of rain and snow. Joint teams from Israel and one of the neighboring countries make the clouds entering into Iran barren. Moreover, we are faced with the cases of cloud theft and snow theft, Jalali said, according to a translation reported by Iran's semi-official Tansim news agency of comments featured by the Iranian Students News Agency. The official further cited a recent 4-year study showing that all the highlands exceeding roughly 7,200 feet exceeding from Afghanistan to the Mediterranean have received snowfall except for Iran. Hear that, guys? Iran's science proves that Israel steals water from clouds. What the fuck? This is just so stupid. Something I can't even make up a witty joke or a clever summary of. The joke is the article. It's just so plainly stupid. The same people that we trusted with the Iranian nuclear deal also believes that Israel is stealing clouds. Yeah, I think we might have made the right choice on ending that deal. Anyway, this leads me on to something that's a little more uplifting, something that I can actually have an opinion on. From our friends at Yahoo, Trump administration rolls back diversity guidelines for colleges. The Trump administration on Tuesday rescinded an extensive set of guidelines put in place under President Barack Obama that had called on colleges and several universities to consider race as a way of promoting diversity. Well, it's about damn time. I believe that affirmative action for the sake of quote-unquote diversity is absolutely retarded. It's racist in and of itself. It doesn't take the individual accomplishments or merits that a person of color achieved. It only takes regard of their skin color. I don't believe that people of color want to be accepted into somewhere just because they're black. This is a sort of policy that treats black people like victims and that they need our help. I prefer to treat them like they're any other person, allowing them to succeed or fail based on their own merits and not based on their skin color. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled over a series of cases that universities may use affirmative action to help a minority applicants get into college. Conservatives have argued such programs can hurt whites and Asian Americans because these programs don't tend to work in favor of the whites or the Asian Americans. The rules under Obama, a Democrat, were issued by the Department of Justice and the Department of Education. They tell universities and colleges that it is acceptable to use race as a tool to achieve diversity. For example, one of the guidances, Question and Answers about the Fisher v. University of Texas at Austin, poses the question, did the Supreme Court change what colleges and universities must do to narrowly tailor their admissions programs to meet the compelling interest in diversity? It answers no. The Republican Trump administration's move is viewed by Democrats and liberals as a way to weaken affirmative action. Good. Diversity isn't even important. Diversity in and of itself can be seen as a racist thing because it's not taking the individuals into account. It's only looking at their race or skin color and saying, yes, we need more brown people. I don't care who they are, just get them in here. Diversity is our strength. We're not racist. Get us more brown people. Some may argue that affirmative action helps those who are in lower socioeconomic situations get into college. And to that, I say, why does it have to rely on race? Why can't the program be for all poor working class people? Asian, white, black, Latino, blue, purple, attack helicopter. What matters is that we have willing and eager minds going to colleges to learn important trades or subjects. In all honesty, I think those poor people who want to go into college should be allowed at a lower cost if they want to follow a STEM subject. Science, tech, engineering, maths, whatever. If they want to better themselves, regardless of color, they should be allowed in. The administration's rollback of vital affirmative action guidance offends our nation's values and promise of opportunity for all, said Nancy Pelosi, the U.S. House of Representatives Democratic leader. Oh, Nancy Pelosi. So our nation's values are racist? Our nation's values should put someone's race above someone's merit? That's stupid, Pelosi. You're stupid. Shut up. Go away. The Justice Department under President Donald Trump has been investigating a complaint by more than 60 Asian American organizations that say Harvard University's policies are discriminatory because they limit the acceptance of Asian Americans. The department joined Students for Fair Admissions, the group behind the case, which has urged the disclosure of powerful evidence showing that Cambridge, Massachusetts-based Harvard is violating Title VI of the landmark 1964 Civil Rights Act. Title VI prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, and national origin in programs and activities receiving federal financial assistance. Harvard says its admissions policies comply with U.S. laws and that it has worked to boost financial aid to ensure economic as well as racial diversity in its classes. You know, it's ironic. Title VI of the Civil Rights Act prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, national origin in programs and activities receiving federal financial assistance and all that. But they also have no white days in some of these colleges. And they also have professors that teach racism is okay towards white people and that overthrowing the government is allowed. Boy, oh boy. Oh, but don't worry, Harvard is allowing the proper sort of diversity into their school. The sort of diversity that will march through the streets and demand social Marxism because they can flaunt their victimhood as a shield against criticism. The only diversity that matters, of course, is diversity of thought. So, I thought I'd end on something silly. From Fox News, professor asks men to send pictures of their private parts for size and self-esteem research study. A female professor at Missouri State University is asking men to send their pictures of their private parts in a quest to find out if size really does matter to men. Sociology professor Alicia Walker is asking participants to voluntarily send photos of their anatomy along with measurements in an aroused and non-aroused state as part of a research project approved by the Missouri State University Institutional Review Board, the College Fix reported. The study is examining the importance of men's self-esteem and feelings about their bodies and their experiences in a society that worships size and tells men that they're less than if they don't measure up, Walker told Fox News. For the men I've spoken to thus far, the impact has been grave. Walker clarified that men are not emailing her lewd photos. I don't know. I mean, telling people to email you flaccid and erect cocks, I mean, that kind of sounds like a nude. Hey, go ahead and send me a picture of your hard dick, but don't worry, it's not a lewd picture. These aren't sexy photos. These are clinical pictures to confirm a reported measurement. Sure they are. For the pictures, when they take the survey, there's a spot to upload them with the survey. So they provide their measurement for girth, upload a pic with a measurement device showing that's their girth, repeat what length, etc. The pictures don't include faces or any other identifying features. No, because all we want are pictures of those cocks. Go ahead and send us your dick pics. We want all of them. All of your dick pics. Erect and non-erect. Maybe a little splooge coming at the end. We don't know. Just go ahead and send anything you can. This is all for science, by the way. Walker's research assistant posted the study on several X-rated Reddit threads where he said that the study requires more than just a photo. We also need answers to questions regarding their self-esteem levels, feelings regarding their genitals, satisfaction with their sexual lives, so on and so forth. Walker said they are recruiting from a wide array of places online in addition to Reddit. My hope is to get a broad section of men to send me their dicks. Of men to talk about their dick sizes, because that's what I like. Participants must be at least 22 years old and have the option of doing the interview over the phone or email with Walker or her male assistant. While Missouri State is a public university, Walker told Fox News the study is receiving no funding or tax dollars. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Yeah, I'm paying my tax dollars so some girl can look at dicks all day. I understand that I research topics with which many are uncomfortable, she said. That often the topics I research cause some folks a bit of upset. Wow, that is really written poorly, but I did not anticipate that a study on men's body and their feelings would be one of them. Man, it's hard to read these because of just how poorly it's written. Anyway, Missouri State University backed Walker's academic freedom in a statement saying it is a legitimate area of research and she is conforming to all of the guidelines of participant security. Yeah, absolutely. It's something that you can research, but why would you want to? I mean, why do you need dick pictures, both erect and flaccid? Why do you need to have those those penis pictures? I mean, can't you just take people's words into account? Can't you just take it like, oh yeah, I feel bad, I have a tiny penis? And it's like, okay, well, all right, moving on. I don't think you need to have a picture of their penis. Faculty members have broad discretion in their research choices, the university said. When students, staff, and/or faculty conduct research at Missouri State University that involves human participants, they are required to submit an application to the Institutional Review Board. The university said Walker's study met the requirements for IRB. Research is defined as a systematic investigation, including research and development, testing and evaluation, designed to develop or contribute to general whatever knowledge. Alright, so this seems like it might be really skeezy. Like, this woman just wants a bunch of dick pics. Kind of weird, especially considering we already know the impact that small penises have on the male population. I've talked to a lot of guys and they say they'd rather be dead than have a micro penis. As men, some of us have actually taken out our value as men and directly tied it to our penis size. Though I urge men, don't be scared about your penis size, alright? If you love someone and they love you back, then size won't matter. You'll just have to be a little creative in the bedroom, know what I'm saying? And if the relationship is worth keeping in the long run, small penises won't derail it. Anyway, this is probably the longest video I've done in a long while. I appreciate you guys for stopping in and watching my video. If you've got any comments or suggestions for future videos, you know where to put it. I'll always try to read all the comments I'm given, seeing as it's generally about 3 per video. You guys have a wonderful 4th, and may America stay beautiful and sane. Oh God, stay sane.